Hello everyone and welcome back to Napoleonic Wars. I'm here with Vince again. Hello Vince.
Hello.
And we're doing the third developer commentary, so shall we walk?
Yes, sir.
Alright. So what's this map called now again?
This is Fort Fleetwood. It's kind of a siege boat battle hybrid map.
Alright.
Where the attackers use their boats to get onto the fort.
Alright, sweet. It's one of the siege maps, right?
Aye.
Alright, it's a big harbor. Hello, soldier.
Yeah, this is Raikkonen. He made the map for us. He's a community mapper, a member of the 51st Regiment of Foot.
Vive la France!
Vive la France. Alright, sounds awesome.
En avant!
Let's head to a boat. Can you take me across the river? Or the...
Yes, sir.
Alright, sweet. I have some questions here for you meanwhile. Some of these are... I'm trying not to get too repetitive, so I picked some questions that I think I haven't asked you before.
Alright.
Take me away. So I'll ask you meanwhile. How did Vincenzo get into modding overall?
Well, I always loved working with computers. I got into programming about 6 years ago, and I always had an affection for games. So at some point I just started making mods for Mount and Blade, since it was pretty easy to edit. And then my first native mods were born. Then at some point Beaver needed some help on the Musket Madness mod back then, and I helped with the development of patches and so on until the Russia, and then we went all out professional.
Alright, sounds awesome. Someone here is also asking, will the muskets be any more accurate, or are they the same as mountain musket?
Well, for the most part they're quite the same, but we did tweak some values. For instance, made carbines slightly less accurate, made muskets according to what unit you are a bit more accurate. For instance, if you're a unit like Raikkonen here, he's
right.
15th E, which is a voltigeur regiment of the French. He's going to fire a bit more straight than normal infantry regiments.
Alright, because he's more trained and, you know, he's an actual light infantry
Exactly.
sharpshooter. Alright, cool. Someone's also been asking here if it's possible to include bleeding. He says, it's sometimes annoying shooting someone from far and not killing him. Will there be any chance of including bleeding in the future?
Well, we always thought it would be a nice addition to make it more realistic when you get hit that you bleed to death. But then again, it's not going to be a lot of fun gameplay. For instance, if you're hit and you've been in a hard fight and you just survive, you're so happy and awesome and you think you can take on the world, and then you suddenly drop dead. That's not really fun.
That isn't very nice either. I mean, you could just randomly die of bleeding in line, so I guess that wouldn't work out.
No, so we choose against it.
Alright, that's alright. Would you ever add a chance for muskets to backfire? It would make it more...
No, the reason is again a bit the same. I mean, for instance, it's really realistic that your musket, for instance, doesn't go off. It will be realistic that your musket sometimes blows up in your face, but it's not really good for gameplay. Let's say
it wouldn't work in the long term.
I mean, you're in the line, you're really getting stuff done, and then click. You're like, no!
This guy comes up against you with a pistol. You're dead now, and then clicks and blows up in your face, and you know, I mean, if
that's not fun.
If you implemented it with a percentage of it happening, I mean, there's a very small chance of this occurring, but it could just mean that the whole line would not be able to fire in a volley.
Exactly. So we don't want to break the gameplay. We want to keep it fun for everyone, so no random stuff like that.
Alright. Will you implement some kind of a minimap for the commander battle mode?
No, probably not. It's well, this is going back to realism aspect again. Back then they didn't have an overlay map showing where each regiment was and so on. So we choose against it. I mean, if you want to cooperate with your mates in your team, you could just go hop on TeamSpeak or just use the local chat. I mean, team chat.
Right. That sounds interesting, because I mean, a minimap might be handy, but you're after all a line officer. You're not a general or a bird or anything. So, I mean, yeah.
Yes, exactly.
And people, I mean, this whole thing of being able to communicate with your teammates to be able to tactically win over your enemy, it would just lose its sting if you added minimap to it. It wouldn't be as how do you want to call it?
Yeah, cool. Could you hold a moment? I gotta use this for a moment. I mean, it's late and all. Yeah. Sorry.
All right, I'll just close the door for you here now. But you can still hear me, right?
Yeah, I can answer you while I'm on toilet. It's okay.
Alright, I'll just ask a couple other questions. Will players be able to tweak the uniforms slightly, such as color, regimental lace, and or add numbers to the regiment, say on a shack or something like that?
Alright, I'm done here. Well, no, we choose against it, for instance, because if you're going to allow people to change all their little things on their uniforms, they're not going to be historically accurate anymore.
No, that's true.
Because changing a regiment is not just changing a number. You're going to change little epaulets, you're going to change the logos, you're going to change even complete uniforms.
Maybe perhaps even voices in some cases.
Yeah, so it's not really good if you're going to allow people to change a little number and say, oh, this is really authentic, which it isn't.
I think we captured the fort there. It doesn't matter, we can take another boat turn. Why don't you take me out to the island this time? The one that's on the side there. Looks interesting.
Oh, let's see with our binoculars. Ooh, that seems interesting. Let's go there.
A couple of tents, we might find some eggs there.
Treasure.
Bangers and mash on the pot. I don't know. Anyways.
I'm looking for treasure.
Right, we are the treasure hunters, the 3 Frenchmen. Alright, so here's a couple of other questions. How about ragdolls? Are you going to improve them? I'd like to see an option to remove the death animations and include ragdolls instead.
Yeah, the ragdolls have been improved a lot actually. Basically what we have is the death animation starts and then the ragdoll takes over. What happens basically, we created new ragdolls which are much more accurate, so you're going to see bodies fall from hills and objects and onto things, really accurate, and will look really cool.
Right,
but in some videos, why people are mixed up is that some videos had ragdolls disabled, so that's the reason.
I shot a guy on a boat and he was hanging over the railing on the side. That was pretty amazing. Anyways,
exactly.
Someone here is asking, will there be horns / how do you pronounce this? Bugles, right? The B-U-G-L-E-S, the sort of hornets that the horn that skirmisher uses, so the light infantry. And if they will be able to play songs or officer calls, charge, or you know, just officer calls, drum calls.
Yeah, the skirmish regiments have little hornists that basically can do calls, that can play tunes even. For instance, the French have a really beautiful tunes that you can play even together with the drums. So we have all kinds of authentic calls and tunes for them.
Alright, sounds cool. So then during trainings for regiments you can have the drums or hornets just calling it up for positioning and reporting for duty and whatnot. All those classics.
Exactly. We also have those for drums, so yeah.
Alright, sweet. Vince, I was wondering if it would be possible to implement a morale system where your character would lose accuracy and perhaps reload slower when under fire or near enemies. Also, it could be made so that more elite regiments have higher morale.
No, we didn't do that. What we did instead is, for instance, if you have, for instance, an officer next to you or a drum playing, you'll be more happy with your regiment and you would reload faster and so on. But we do not want to give negative effects. So it's not like when you're alone against 3 guys, it's not like you're suddenly so slow. Because you're already scared by yourself. It's human nature that you're scared against 3 guys.
Yeah, you can only get better, not really worse, right?
Yeah.
Alright. Here's another question, a bit on the far side, but someone's wondering if you can see up the Highlander's kilt, and if the answer is yes, and taking into account what they say about the true Scotsman, will the age limit for the game have to be increased?
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure that you can look up to it, but it's just closed, so no, we're not that dirty.
I understand. Alright, when I'm on this track of taking some jolly questions, Steffi Boy, that I'm pretty sure that the whole MM community knows, he's wondering if he will be unbanned when the game gets released.
Well, I have a really good message for Steffi. Yeah, you're going to be unbanned. Everyone is going to be unbanned. We're just going to start clean slate. Everyone can try it out, try the new game out, so it's not a problem.
See if the increase, you know, maybe perhaps they can behave better in the new game and whatnot. Yeah, alright.
Isn't this a beautiful beach?
What is this? Yeah, we should just sit down here and just take a chill. I think Riftleak's drowned. Anyways, what is this island made for? Are people supposed to go this for the artillery battery only?
Actually, here's a beautiful battery. So you could from a safe haven, you could take the fort on.
Definitely increased the accuracy. I mean, it's probably easier to hit the fort from this side than the beachhead.
Yeah, it's clear view. See.
Beautiful. And imagine 250 players on a Thursday siege event here.
Oh yeah, please, yes, I want to see that.
I mean, what? How many boats would there be? Like each regiment on a single boat? No, I mean regiments like myself and other big regiments have to get several boats to just be able to fit in it. It would be a complete landing operation. Oh yeah, is it still possible to do pistol snipes?
If you're lucky, we did increase the accuracy of the pistol a bit.
Yeah, that's
because it was just ridiculous in the mod.
Yeah.
So you're going to be able to do that, but the damage is not that much. So you need either headshots or 2 hits.
All right. Will the weather effect change range and damage?
No, we choose against this for the simple reason that it's against gameplay. For instance, if you play a map under a certain weather condition, you're used to playing, for instance, aiming at a certain distance with a certain angle, and then suddenly when it's raining you have to do a different angle, or I mean that's going back to the misfires as well. We just don't want to change the gameplay in a way that it's just going to be annoying and you have to adapt to every little bit.
Yeah, I understand. Alright, there we go. I'm on the boat. You can take me out, sailor. Oh yeah, you can have a banner in the boat, right? And it sticks to the boat. It doesn't like go below the boat and just completely get itself wet. It's pretty cool though. I mean, all the regiments could put a banner in the front when they're charging a beach.
Exactly.
Cool. Alright, someone's asking here if there will still be pianos in the game. Very important question. I think
yes,
it touches a lot of people.
I mean, I love pianos and I love organs, so we're going to have both. Piano's going to play 8 different tracks and organs as well. We even included wedding march tunes,
wow.
For instance, from Wagner. So you could find yourself in the church with the beautiful Wagner playing the bridal. And well, we already did a wedding in the beta.
That's amazing. Alright, so are cannons and rocket artillery destructible? And if so, are certain troops able to repair them?
No, we didn't make them destructible. It would be possible to make such a thing, but we choose against it because let's say you're getting shot at from a different artillery piece. Suddenly your artillery piece is broken and you're suddenly useless as an artillery guy. That's really not fun for gameplay.
No, that's
this
true.
way, other artillery have to actually aim a lot better to hit the actual guy controlling it.
That's true. That seems reasonable. Is it possible to move while crouching?
No, what we did is basically when you crouch, just press any movement button, you just stand up.
It looks very nice though, like it's pretty fluid and I mean there's not much trouble to it. You don't have to like spam the button again to get up or anything.
No, exactly. So like I'm sitting and just stand up, it's fine. And this way there's no problems with it.
Alright, sounds cool. So, I don't think I have too many more here. A couple of others that could be a bit on the fun side. Will the French get decreased morale? That's a question from a wonderful watcher.
No, well, actually, the French were the best army during the Napoleonic Wars.
Yeah, that's undoubtedly true.
And I mean, you can say that French. There's a lot of trolling going around saying French surrender quick and so on, but actually, the French were the best army around.
Yeah.
There's so many battle results where a simple group of 100 Frenchmen overtook an army of 10,000 men of the Austrians. So.
Yeah. Hey, you! God damn it! I'm an Austrian colonel. You fucking. It's true that the Austrians wielded quite big regiments. I mean, big armies. I actually read about them lately. It's interesting. The Austrians have yet to be disclosed.